You want to highlight first what you observed, how it's related to what's already known, and what does that mean. Sometimes you'll have similarities. Your data supports what other people have found. Other times, you have differences, like we saw in that previous example. They had a contrast in the Nature Materials paper. And that's fine. It's fine if your findings don't support or are in line with other people's published work. What's important is how you handle that discrepancy. That's where you establish your credibility and expertise. So if we look at this example here, we show that these two molecules are only involved in this monomethylation. This monomethylation is reduced ahead of chromatin in these double mutants. Further, that these two enzymes only show monomethyltransferase activity in vitro. This was their observed finding. Well, now we want to know, how does this fit in with what's been shown previously? They'll say, well, this strongly suggests that the role of these molecules is in monomethylation, and that di- and trimethylation are carried out by other enzymes, such as these three. So they interpret those findings. They say, although the enzymatic activity of these molecules has not been established biochemically, they are present in these BRC2-like complexes in Arabidopsis, and this complex is highly conserved and responsible for di- and trimethylation in many eukaryotes. So establishing how this interpretation is related with the published literature. Remember, any interpretation you have, you should try to support it, either with your own evidence or evidence of others. And then finally, what does this mean? Well, that further studies should directly investigate the role of these other molecules in di- and trimethylation and subsequent effects on gene silencing. So, here's what we found. This is what it means. This is how it fits in with the literature. And this is our recommendations on what to do next. Nice, logical flow. Emphasizing the value that these findings have is to generate new hypotheses to further advance the field. That means they have a positive impact on the field. Editors specifically like studies that are helping to generate new hypotheses. Why? Why do you think editors particularly like this type of information? Yes, because then if people, you said they'll get more citations. Exactly. So if people do conduct these further studies, they're going to cite this paper. Editors like to be cited. You should be like to be cited. So we're working together here. We both want to be cited. So when you really direct people on how they can build on what you have done, really emphasizing the value of your ideas, they'll have a lot more impact. A lot of people simply just report what they've done without emphasizing the true value. And in this case, the true value is the new hypotheses that are being generated. Introduce your idea, develop your idea, and state what is important about that idea. Same logical flow we've been talking about all day long. Now, after you've talked about your positive, most important findings, now it's time to talk about other types of findings. You may have some unexpected results. You may have some negative results. That's fine. Do not hide results that may not directly support your hypothesis. To be an ethical author, you should be sharing all of the information that readers need to evaluate your work. Not just the ones you want to share with them, but you need to be transparent. And it's fine to have unexpected or negative results. What's important is how you describe them and emphasize the value or the importance they have for you in your study as well as for the field. So let's first look at this example in terms of negative results. Although the calculated and observed trend of the increase in skirming and Hall angles due to this increasing skirming velocity agree qualitatively, quantitative agreement has not been attained. Now with a negative result. That's fine. They don't hide it. They're being very transparent. And this is published in Nature Physics. This will not prevent you from getting published in top journals. It's how you handle those negative results that may affect if you get published in top journals. So in this case, they had this negative result. Well, now they go through to try to describe why they think they found this result. Now after they try to explain why they feel they have this result, they emphasize what are the next steps. So in particular, the thermal effects are not taken into account in the zero temperature simulations, calling for future theoretical efforts. What are they doing? Stimulating the generation of new hypotheses. Anything that generates new hypotheses is valuable for the field. And then lastly, the main concern people have when they see unexpected findings or negative results. Does this impact the validity of your study or not? So you need to emphasize that. And they do so at the end of this paragraph. These authors say, nevertheless, the introduced theoretical model offers a new approach to describe the Sturmian dynamical behaviors that elude existing models and provide concepts that are qualitative